Hi, welcome to the Market Alert for Wednesday, the 10th of June 2015. And in the 5-minute chart, in the pre-market session, we saw quite a bit of volatility for the Dow. You see there just at 10 a.m. prices dropping down nearly 100 points, then bouncing back and becoming quiet for a few hours before the afternoon session opened, and we see prices trading higher, finding resistance at the 17,800. Then we see professional selling for 2 bars, the buying coming in to hold the market. See the market being tested. There's a bit more selling here as they move prices lower, and then we get this straight reversal on modest volume, just about average volume, and then prices trading through the 17,750 level, and then we get a sell PTI there. Now, the pattern has been, if the market's marked down beforehand, it's likely to go up, and if it's marked up or rallies up and the economic news is bad that causes this bad news, market goes up, then the market comes down. So we've got a situation here where the market's already been marked down. They want to keep the market and support it as much as they can. Even though we've got a bit of a downtrend going in the background, you see the market being pulled back and then coming back and being retested. So you have a sell PTI there, and you can see that the scalp is down where the market found the previous buying. So the market comes down, and guess what? You see the buying coming into the market here, and then prices coming back. I was watching the market and trading the market at this time, and it was very frustrating to watch the market come back. You saw the buying coming back here. There were points available on the table, and the support over here, the low volume showing that the selling had disappeared, was a clue that prices possibly were not going to go lower. Plus, as I just said, you've got in the background the pattern that we've seen for several weeks, where if the market's marked down, it tends to go back up, and if there's bad news released at 3 p.m, then the market goes up and then comes down. So we've got one of the two patterns that we've seen of late. So this one, we see the market then reverse with that buying coming into the market there. You see prices going on to make the 20-point scalp there. You see prices hitting the brick wall at the 17,800, very important level. You can see there we've got selling coming in there, and then we see prices dropping down here as well. Later on in the session, we get a triple X, and we see the market going up, and we see professional buying going through this area as well, but not quite getting through and hitting the scalp. However, you see the market coming up, and then you see this resistance here now, as well as the 17,800. So there's chances to take the money off the table here in the quieter part of the session, and then we get a sell PTI there. Triple X, sorry, and you see the market coming down and then coming back and then going through down to the 17,750, and as the market makes its way down to this level, you can see that the market's driving through on professional selling bar, and eventually it makes its way down to the psychological level, which is what we use for the PTIs. And that's 46 points there, more than making up for the initial loss on the first trade of the day there. So a bit more volatility yesterday. The market showing a bit more momentum as prices showed the signals and then following on. And again, just to reiterate the beginning of a session, two patterns that we've got at the moment. If the market's marked down, it goes back up. But if we've got economic news and the economic news is bad, the market still goes up initially, and then it is being coming down. So keep those two things in mind. In the daily chart, so you can see the market being tested yesterday. We've also got a lot of volume. No surprise really, the market coming down towards 17,684. They're trying to hold this market to bring it back to the upside. You can see on the overnight market as well at the moment that's starting to move back to the upside there, but doesn't mean to say we couldn't retest this low at 17,684 beforehand. We can remove the 76% there now and just save the worksheet. In the news today, there is the NIE SR GDP estimates. That's for the UK. Now that's out at 3 p.m, which is a slightly odd time for the UK to release news. So shouldn't affect the US too much. Other than that, there's no other news. Carney's speaking at 9 p.m, and the markets will be closed by this time, as there isn't anything else. And depending on how good this figure is or bad this figure is, it may be a bit of an influence, but we'll just have to wait and see. Other than that, there's no economic news to move the market. And finally, in the implied volatility, 1408 for Monday, we saw the increase as the market's got some downside pressure, and again 1363 for Tuesday. You can see this reflected in the implied volatility chart there as well. The historic volatility not catching up at the moment, obviously this one lags, but still a bit of downside risk there, which is being reflected in the increase in the implied volatility. Right, that's it for me for today. I will see you in tomorrow's edition of the Market Alert. As ever, thank you for your support. Also for watching. See you in the next one.